there's definitely at least an expectation from myself to grow as a songwriter, and I'm sure there's an expectation from others that I'm growing as a songwriter. So, and just like being on tour for so long, having an adult's perspective is unheard of for me. Like I'm like writing from a life experience that happened around tours, after tours, but never like on tour. And I was on tour for so much of my adult life, like almost all of it, like, so far. So it's weird. I'm drawing from experience that is pretty fresh, and it's cool. I mean, it's really cool. I like that, like in my adulthood, I feel more driven to take responsibility for things like being a producer on the record and working directly on the videos and stuff, and just wanting to have more ownership over everything and just be like, really like part of it all. And that's cool. That's a new interest for me. Yeah, definitely. I definitely think that I came into myself in a lot of ways. Like after Lush came out, like I got in touch with myself in a lot of ways that I wasn't in touch with myself before. And just, so much time went by between the two, and so much time to read books and watch movies and learn and fail and do things right, and just I learned so much about myself. I think it'd be so crazy if I made a similar album to my first one. And I just working in the production room of things, of course, like it's super different because I was making a lot of those executive decisions, and I like a lot of pop music, so it's a lot more me in a lot of ways. But me is so different from then. So different in every way, but not, I don't know. Lush is very much about like yearning and innocence and wanting to go past that and be in love and like have all this stuff that I didn't have. Like I just was like, damn, I want my crush to notice me. It's so much dreaming and yearning, and Valentine is much more about real experience. Like it's just like when you take that innocent term and apply it to a record that's about kind of like a loss of that innocence in a way, real love between like humans, messy, dirty, sad, angry. And then there's something about then after it's gone, like a lot of the record is written from a perspective of heartbreak. Then to refer to somebody as your Valentine, that's just horribly sad. So it's both. I mean, it definitely is like, it is an attention grabbing title, but it's meant to like really remind you of the associations that come with. I don't know directly what they are. I was definitely listening to a lot of like Oasis and Elliott Smith, which is kind of always what I listen to, but also just a lot more pop music, really listening to a lot of like the 1975 and Drake, and more like a lot of Life Without Buildings. I've been there last couple years. That record has been really important to me. But it's hard to say because so much, I was listening to I don't know, it's so much, there's so much time in between it and the last record. Like so many things might have been inspiration without me even realizing it. I didn't really care about them at all when we were making Lush. And now I'm like, okay, let's step it up. And I think it's like a great way to elevate the actual record itself. It's just making everything concise and intentional. If intention is the main theme on the record, like for me, like I think it needs to be consistent and it's cool. I feel very confident in the clothes that I've been wearing, and like my band looks great. Definitely loaded. It's an emotional phrase. It draws emotion, like when you think about it, because it's kind of like a term that its associations like lie in immaturity and purity and childhood. It's like when you think of your Valentine, it's like this pure, like elementary school type love almost. Like it's as uncorrupted as it possibly could be in its truest meaning, I guess. Southeast Asia part of the tour was really sick. I felt like first of all, it was so far away from like where any of us are used to just being in the US and touring the US over and over and over again. It was so cool. And like, we didn't get to do as much exploring as I would maybe like to do next time, but it was awesome. The shows were great, like some of the best we've ever played. The crowds were so great. Everybody knew the words. Everybody was super friendly and welcoming. I was like, everybody in the band was like entering that tour being like, nobody listens to Snail Mail over here. There's no way. And then the shows were sold out. I was like, what? It was just like, there was never a moment where I was like, oh, this makes sense. That was just the whole time I was like, what? It was really cool. It was one of those few moments where I'm actually doing the job and I actually feel super present because I'm so like, oh, damn. It's like one of those points where you're like, oh, wow, this is doing really well. Because I was like, oh my God, like we're in Southeast Asia and people know the words to the song. Like I was like, we are in Indonesia today and people know the words. It was just so cool. I don't know. It's like, I was like so excited the whole time. It's gonna, when everything opens back up again, we'll definitely be back. No doubt about it. Miss you guys. Hey, and I really hope we'll be back at like ASAP because I miss it. I miss Jakarta and I would like to actually get the chance to hang out a little longer. And just thanks for listening. I can't believe it. It's crazy.